Why give? The answer is it's God's way. God is a giver. God is incredibly generous, and it's how he does things. And as disciples of Jesus, it's how we learn to do things. I enjoy giving, but it hasn't always been that way. I've developed over the years, I think with the work of God on me and also the influence of my wife, I've gone from, let's call it a reluctant giver to now a very happy giver. And I enjoy the thrill of giving. But as I said, it wasn't always that way. It's been a journey. But I find that when I talk or teach about giving, you generally get responses. There's people who haven't yet got a revelation of giving, and for them, it's a uncomfortable topic. Maybe that's you this morning. You're feeling uncomfortable inside. The revelation's not there yet. I pray the revelation will come. For others who have the revelation of giving, it's like, bring it on. Let's talk about giving, because they know and understand the benefits of it. And for others, it just makes you nervous because we're talking about money, but it's okay. The Bible could easily be called or described as the book of giving. Because from start to finish, it's all about God giving. He gives us a planet. He gives us a garden. He gives people. He gives culture. He gives everything. He just keeps giving, giving, giving. Get to John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave. He gave. It's in his nature. He gave his only son. And it's all in there, revealing God's character along the way. And God is incredibly generous. If I stop for a moment and just focus on taking a breath, I have a revelation of how good that is, number one. But number two, there is an abundance of air for me to breathe. God didn't give me just enough to get me by. There's an abundance, and he's like that in every area of life. He is so generous. And it's easy for us to miss that, and it's easy for us to miss that he is so generous, and for us not to adopt the same spirit. God's ways don't always make sense to us, but his ways are his ways, and his ways work. Proverbs 11 verse 24 says, give freely and become more wealthy. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? Give it away and you get more. It doesn't, but that's God's way. Be stingy and lose everything. In other words, hold on to it. You'd think you'd keep it, but no, you hold on to it, you lose everything. That's interesting. The generous will prosper. So the more I give away, the more I'll prosper, and I will be refreshed, it says, if I refresh. It's interesting. God's ways and our logic sometimes just don't connect quite. Like Luke 6:38, give and you will receive. So give and I'll receive. Not only will I receive, I'll receive it. To press down, push together, I'll receive in abundance. And that is the principle of God. How's that work? I don't quite get it, but it's a kingdom principle. It's the way God does things. And sometimes we go, oh, that's God's kingdom's upside down. Well, I'd say his kingdom's up the right way and ours is upside down. Something's broken here. God's ways work. Living as a disciple of Jesus Christ requires faith. It requires faith, and it requires more faith. And part of that is understanding that God's ways work, and sometimes God's ways don't make sense to us. Hebrews 11. Confidence of what we hope for but cannot yet see. Confidence that God's ways work. Faith and obedience. And this includes stewardship and stewardship of our finances. Today, as you go, how about pondering this? What is my attitude to giving? Does it thrill me or does it scare me? What is my attitude to giving? Does the evidence of my life back up what I think my attitude is? That's a good question. And how do I feel about what the evidence is saying? See you next time.